Welcome to the winner bracket final. The Heroes International Qualifier number 2 for Europe continues, and we have the Cats going up against the Bangbush today. So this is a best of 5 series. We have pretty much the winner bracket final, a loser bracket final, and the grand final are all best of 5 series. And this is the first one of them. The Bangbush obviously the favorite to take the tournament. But there are still a few teams that can definitely take a map or two of them. And we'll see if the blue team can really get that ticket to Miami today. Now, this is obviously, again, the qualifier for the Heroes International, an offline event that will take place in Miami in October. And we're going to have 3 North American teams, 3 European teams, and 2 Korean teams. Now, we had already a couple of the qualifiers. Washed Up qualify, Team Tempest qualify, DNA boys have been doing their thing, so you can catch up on all of this on the YouTube channel, of course, as well. If you want to have more information, you can check it out right there, heroesinternational.net. If you watch this on YouTube, I'm going to include also in the video description a link to the website and a link to the crowdfunding. If you want to support this event, you can check that out too. Every single donation is going to be matched by our sponsors as well. And the money is going to be used to increase production value, to get additional casters on board, to get more cameras, and so on and so forth. And also to send the players to the event. So you can really help to make this event bigger and better. But as we're heading into our first game of the best of 5 today, we have Infernal Shrines, our starting map, and Blaze gets taken quite early against Ultralisk. The bans are I said it before, but it's just like the same thing. If you're Ultralisk, on the one hand, you must feel so good that your opponent thinks that you are so awesome that they have to target ban you all the time. At the same time, I would be a little bit pissed that all of my heroes are all constantly taken away from me. So Carrick and Maiev are once more banned. We got Brightwing, we got Sylvanas for the early double pick. And at the same time, with Jojo and Hanzo now being locked in by the Cats, they definitely have enough wave clear here for a Shrine fight too. With Jojo at the front, you have the Condemned to work with. You have at the same time, of course, and also a lot of survivability. Blaze adds to that. Hogger has been banned, but we still have no bans on the front. And actually, for Nagrom, that means that we're very likely going to get either Diablo or maybe even Garrosh. But honestly, my money would be on Dibbles at this point in time. He's been playing quite a lot of Diablo games, and on Infernal Shrines, the hero obviously excels. So if you want to play Heroes of the Storm ping pong a little bit with the opponent's team, then Diablo is a pretty good bet. But here comes the double pick. We also have Brightwing as a support again for Henning. Skog with Sylvanas, so a bit of side lane pushing is already guaranteed. And in addition to that, with the Punisher, you can push even harder. And it's Hammer time! They go for the Sergeant. No ban on Sergeant Hammer. You got a German on the team and you got to go for it. So yeah, the Panzer is in the game. And Swamgrotta with Leo. Now, that doesn't really come as a shock. When you're talking about Infernal Shrines, there's pretty much 3 side laners that excel. That's Hogger, Blaze, and Leo. So those are your usual suspects for the high priority picks. Now, of course, there's a couple of others that you can also take, but these 3 usually take precedent. Cassia and Stukov, so we have a bit of a blind against the Sergeant. We have 2 blinds against Sergeant Hammer. If that's going to be enough to shut her down, that's a very different question. And here is, as expected, Diablo. Let's go, everybody. Infernal Shrines is our first map in the best of 5. The Bangbush against the Cats. First game in the best of 5 with Henning on Brightwing for the blue team. We have Swamgrotta on Leoric. Ultralisk is playing Hammer. We got Nagrom on Diablo and Skog on Sylvanas. On the right side of the map, the Cats with Maitri on Hanzo. We got Drakia and Johanna. Erath on Cassia, Octa on Blaze, and Captain Rex is playing Stukov, going into the Fetid Touch on level 1. And with that, we're gonna get the party started here. So let's see who takes the opening map in this series. Already, everybody is spreading out a little bit. Seems like nobody is eager to go for the 5-man in the middle of the map. Obviously, when you have Sylvanas on your team, you can always go for the Sylvanas cheese in the early stages and try to take one of the towers down. They are poking a bit as well. But we'll see what Hammer is going to be able to do here today. It's actually an interesting opening because Hammer is getting banned pretty much every single game these days when you know that the opponent has a Hammer player. So when you're going up against Washed Up, when you're going up against the Bangbush, then usually Hammer doesn't even make it into the draft. But in this case, they had a chance to take her. And I have a feeling that this might be the only game where we're going to see Sergeant Hammer being played. Nice damage against Svamgrotta. I like how he juked this out and is able to get away. Skork is also escaping, but that was quite close. So a nice opening from the red team. And look at Draki over here. He was trying to come in from the side and aiming for a potential kill, but came just a bit too late to drop Leoric here. So at the bottom of the map, Ultralisk is getting the experience. Obviously the goal for him is to get to level 7 as quickly as possible and then have the mobility. Level 7 is also going to be a big power spike for whoever is going to take control of the shrine. But as the camps have spawned at the 1 minute mark, it means that the teams are now trying to go for the first ones. Diablo with a little bit of action over here. Gets flipped to the back, immediately attack. Nice stun after Brightwing came in and Nagrom is dead. Nagrom down, aggressive play from the Cats here, and I like it. Yeah, they want to go for the double, and they nearly got it too. Ultralisk finds himself also in a bit of a pickle. Is able to move out though. But I like what we're seeing here. I mean, from the beginning of the game, we have quite a bit of aggression coming in from the team in red, so they're not playing this slow. They are definitely starting to play very aggressive, take a stand on the map and fight for these camps. And I can definitely appreciate that, because at the end of the day, what that means is that they're willing to risk something here in order to take the Bangbush down. They know that just sitting tight and letting the game unfold in front of them might not be enough to drop the blue team, so they are getting aggressive very, very early. We got with level 4 now, the siege tactics, so not the biotic stuff. No life leech, so to say. I mean, this is one of the builds that Nick has used in the past, but in this particular case, Ultralisk is falling back to the standard build that we've seen with Sergeant Hammer, with siege tactics on level 4, and then probably on level 16 we're also going to see the giant killer for him. So the biotic engineering is not really part of this particular build that he uses right now. The shrine is activating though, and both teams are aiming for the camp. Again, they have some blinds that they can work with to try and deal with Sergeant Hammer, but it only gets you so far. There's no such thing, with very, very few exceptions, as a literal hard counter in Heroes of the Storm. There's a couple of things that are obviously stronger and can help you, but at the end of the day, Sergeant Hammer is still going to make things quite troublesome, even with the blinds from Johanna and from Cassia. So as you can already tell, players are spread out all across the entire map, even with the shrine active, since everybody is looking for the talent advantage. Might try nearly getting dropped on Hanzo, but is still alive. And the team in blue at the top is trying to take down the shaman camp so that they can maybe push that wall a little bit further. And they've already done a significant amount of damage. Skork the one, attempting to deal with it down at the bottom of the map. Ultralisk is headed out, and it seems that the blue team is willing to give the first Punisher up. Now keep in mind, they don't have the mobility right now. Nagrom a little bit lost here. That man needs Google Maps or something. Whatever navigation system he's using, he is definitely using the wrong one. That's the wrong base, my friend. So Diablo goes down for the second time, and the Punisher taken by the Cats. Now, it's important to note that this one was more or less given up by the Bangbush because they figured they wait for level 7 for Sergeant Hammer and that they will attack this later in the game. But obviously, they got to deal with the consequences now, and that is a Frozen Punisher barreling down on the mid lane structures as we have Captain Rex coming in with the Lurking Arm. And they take the wall down, and they might be able to get a little bit more. They're looking for the kill. Nagrom is back to the front and barely saved by Brightwing. Nagrom still alive. They're pushing this out, and now they go for Hanzo, and the hipster dies. Quickly eliminated. Nicely done. First kill also for the Bangbush. Leo's now already up at the top and down to the bottom of the map. Yep, that's where Diablo is still active between the lanes. But he has again been on the receiving end for the entire game so far. Both deaths, both kills against the Bangbush happened through him. Now with level 7, the mobility for Sergeant Hammer is of course now there, and thanks to Sylvanas helping that push out even further, they are really putting the pressure onto that fort. Skork able to get away, but things are definitely getting very spicy, especially since level 10 is now getting close. So we might see some early aggression here from the two teams, and them not even waiting for the second objective. Still a few camps available, and the early level 10 already for the Cats. So we get again the Valkyrie and the Blessed Shield here. Nothing too crazy just yet. With Leo dropping the Entomb, we this time don't get the Lightning Breath, but we have the Apocalypse actually, so they can try and combo that off properly. With a good Entomb from Leoric and a follow-up from Diablo, we can definitely lock the targets down pretty significantly. With Sylvanas, it could also go for the poor man's buried alive by dropping the Wailing Arrow on top of this. To talk about dropping things, Blaze getting dropped in the mid lane. Red team coming over. Oh, that arrow. Ooh, that is hitting nothing. So yeah, arrow flying straight to an A. Talking about flying. Then nearly taking the fruit fly down. Heading barely surviving, but I guess Nagrom is going to pay the price for this. Gets condemned. Oh, the heal attempt. Oh my god. Heading. What the hell? Diablo finally falls. But, I mean, Brightwing nearly saved the day there. Gotta appreciate that. The problem is that we have at the same time consistently the pressure on the lanes from Sylvanas and others. So now the bottom fort and the top fort have both been damaged. And yeah, that hurt for sure. So we are currently looking at 2 kills to 3, and it's still a fairly even game. Both teams nearing level 12, but this is where the shrine gets announced. Bot lane, Ultralisk still getting attacked a little bit. Also noteworthy that we have again charge strikes into Plate of the Whale, into Surge of Light. So we have the green build for Cassia. We need a proper name for this, honestly. Maybe it's the broccoli build or something, like I don't really know. Or the cucumber build, because pretty much at the end of the day, you just go... It's the vegan build, the vegetarian build. You're just going for green talents the entire time when you can. That's pretty much what you're doing with this. What they're going for is structures, and I like this cut. Oh, nice. The Apoc, the stun, and the kill. Well played by Nagrom, and that is going to result in a fort being destroyed. But this is something that we talked about in the context of other maps, especially Garden of Terror. If you have Sergeant Hammer and Sylvanas, you can consistently push on 2 lanes and really try to take structures down where you don't even have to fight. Now you get maybe even another kill here. Oh, nice BFG from Ultralisk. Not enough to take Captain Rax down. But they don't give a shit about that Punisher, as you can see. They're like, yeah, what do we care? Take the Punisher, be my guest. We are going to take a bottom fort first, then we're going to the mid lane, and we're going to drop the wall and also take the structure down 50%. And what are you going to do at the top? Do you actually think that you're going to get enough damage done with that Punisher to make up for that? And yeah, we don't think so. So yeah, they're doing fairly well with this. Ending already jumping out. Mind control being used again by Sylvanas. Interrupted though. They're trying to chase Nagrom. Ah, and the save. Diablo still alive. The Punisher already about to be taken down. At least Leoric is gonna fall. Or activating his trade. I mean, he's the one that you want to sacrifice in that situation. And the defense is looking pretty decent. So they're doing their best to make sure that the impact of the Punisher is minimized. Yeah, but Leoric died again. Leoric is a big punching bag at this point, and they're going also for the Sergeant, but they still can't get the kill. Henning is again on point. He is really saving heroes left, right, and center continuously. The fort finally taken apart by the Cats, but if you look at the minimap, I mean, this one has suffered a lot of damage up at the top. Even more has been done here. So while it is a fairly similar situation for the two teams with the same amount of structure still standing, I gotta say that the split push tactic of the Bang Bush is not looking too bad. But with Punisher number 3, with the third one, they gotta make a move for the objective. They can't just run the entire game. As time keeps ticking and scaling happens, you need to be careful with this. Might try with a short distance arrow to slow them down a little bit. Yeah, is able to save himself and maybe even the rest of the team. They're still fighting in the choke point here. The blue team has to be careful too. Once again, Diablo moving in, going for the stun and taking Cassia down. Nagrom, well played, great kill opportunity. Now they're trying for Drak here. And it seems that you might just get that kill because Diablo is once again on point, but Drak here survives. So it is a pretty wild opening game into this best of 5. The winner bracket final is a lot of fun already. Yeah. One push and then getting slapped around immediately. Yeah, it's a wild one. It's a wild one. 4 deaths on Diablo. He died 4 times already. So, yeah, that's a lot. But he also opened a lot of opportunities up for the blue team, sacrificing himself at the front line to allow them to get some kills. And now they're closing on level 16 with Ultralisk already working on the next camp. So here we are. And up at the top, we got Leo pushing the lane out a little bit. Level 16 talents already. The attack at the camp, though. Oh, nice arrow against Sylvanas. It hits a little bit too late. Yeah, if that hits early and stuns Sylvanas out of the wave, then that's another kill. Now we're going for Nagrom. Again, the Valkyrie. Normally, Valkyries are pretty... I mean, this is one of the most impactful Valkyrie games that I've seen in a while. Usually, they're pretty shitty, but this one is doing work. So kudos to Cassia for really packing a punch with it. We have 4 kills to 6 now, level 16 for both teams. Another fort gets destroyed. In the middle of the map, the red team is trying to bring it back too. I think it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy at this point. The cats are... I mean, no... Guys, look at this. They are ahead in kills. They're showing 0 respect here. That's exactly how you need to approach this. So, well done, well played. But I have honestly no clue who's winning this game. I think the next objective is going to reveal a lot, because this will be the first one where the Bangbush will have to buckle down and say, okay guys, let's fight for this one. And the shrine is activating in 5 seconds, and you can already tell that everybody is moving down here. They didn't even have time to go for their camps. Yeah, nice attempt to go for Hanzo, but it was a bit forced. They were trying to control him with Brightwing and with Sylvanas after the Entomb dropped, and if that works, then it's a kill, but it's enough time for Sylvanas to make her way out of this one. Sorry, for Hanzo to make his way out of this one. There they go for Leo, and there it is! Svamgrotta is dead. Svamgrotta down, and here's the opportunity to really force the blue team into a defensive position. It's a 4 versus 5, and Diablo will of course respawn, but they're still going for those stacks, still trying to get the objective. Bunker had to be used now too. Skog a little bit low, nice, the arrow again, but already dodged out by Sylvanas herself with the unstoppable frames. Nicely done. The Punisher still taken by the cats on the other hand. Here comes the play from Nagrom with the Apocalypse, and they get Blaze, but the Punisher's done. Stuns out Dibbles, and he's down. Big slaps from Stukov as he pushes everybody back, and they're going again for the fort right away. No chance for the Bangbush to take this one down, but they got Diablo back on the map, and it's a 5 versus 4 with Blaze still being dead for another 30 seconds. Nicely done by the cats. They take a lead not only in kills but also in structures. Bit of a play being made against Hanzo on the other hand, and he gets completely shit on. Nicely done by Nagrom. So first he sacrifices himself during the fight, but now he gets that kill opportunity and opens it up. And I don't think that Draka is making it either. Another nice wall stun from Diablo, and that is a double kill against the red team. So despite the fact that they took the Punisher, they were now able... Well, they lost now 3 heroes, and in the mid lane we see the final fort on the side of the red team destroyed too. Continuous back and forth here. It's honestly a bit bonkers. I mean, nobody is stopping here. It's a consistent battle between the two teams, as they're either fighting for camps for the objective or just simply for structures on the map. Only keeps still standing, and that's that. Bit of a leading experience for the Bangbush at this point in time. We got 78 stacks for Leoric on his level 16. 82 for Nagrom, who of course lost a couple of souls earlier. But yeah, that's a wild game now. Sergeant Hammer already slowly moving down to the bottom of the map, I would assume, to try and take another mercenary camp. Lane pressure is something that you definitely value quite highly at this point in time, especially with keeps now being exposed. But the leading experience is being extended by the blue team and now results in a very early level 20, which gives us the Ultra Capacitors. We also have the Invisible Friends again. Dark Lady's Call. Oh, yeah, and Buried Alive, of course, on top of that. So those are some very impactful level 20 talents that we're seeing from them right now. And the cats, they need to be very careful now. They really need to sit back and just wait this out. They have 1 level to bridge. There's very little to take on the map. So they don't have to fight for anything. There's no objective active yet, for example. So the goal at this point in time is really survive, soak experience, get those minion waves, make it to 20, and then take it from there. At this point, big and 2, big BFG, but not enough damage. And now they go for the hammer, and they take down Ultralisk. What a play! Nicely done. Just as the Entomb was cracking down on them, they are able to get the kill on Sergeant Hammer. Now they want more, but they lose Hanzo again. Hanzo, honestly, he needs to be a bit more careful. Nagrom is playing with him. It's ridiculous at this point in time. How many solo kills, or mainly solo kills, has Nagrom now gotten on Hanzo? It's kind of bonkers. Level 20 any moment now, but they're losing Blaze too. The chase was a bit too much. They over-chased hard here. And now it is again a 4 versus 3, but level 20 talents are available. That gives us also the Titan's Revenge right here for Cassia. And what started this entire fight was that little play. Sergeant Hammer got caught. Here comes Cassia again, and that's an insta-kill on Ultralisk. And that saved the day for them, but now they still have to defend that keep in the middle. And this is the big problem. With Sylvanas, the push is happening. Nice combo! And it's the end of Jojo. Gets caught, bullied around. We have the bird alive kicking in, and also on top of that, of course, the Dark Lady's call. Now the objective is spawning 10 kills to 9, and the cats can't be happy about this. They overchased hard. Once that they got the kill on Sergeant Hammer, they thought they had an opportunity there. They didn't have level 20 talents yet. They went a bit too deep, especially Maitrai. I mean, he tried. He just failed. But that broke probably their spine here. This is a real big issue for them right now, because if they lose this objective, it means that the Punisher is going to move through the mid lane where the fort, or the keep, were just destroyed a few seconds ago. And this is the moment right here where the red team has to somehow try and slow them down at least a little bit. But there's the catch and the kill as Nagrom is opening up another big gap between the teams. I mean, you can honestly criticize him, I guess, a little bit for dying a bit too often here, but then at the same time, he's consistently opening up these opportunities for the blue team, and the Bang Bush is always following up on it. That led to multiple kills against Hanzo, and in this case against Zukov, which really makes it so much easier for them now to push to the mid lane. So Diablo definitely a huge impact in this game, despite the fact that he by now died 6 times. It's kind of easy to look at those stats and say like, oh boy, he definitely dies way too much, but he also does a lot for them. So yeah, he's definitely a huge threat. And they are, of course, trying to go for gold here. They want to have the 1-0 lead in the series. Again, the attack towards the top. Punisher is jumping in too. Bunker might have to be used here, but the bird alive just in time. There's the kill. Blaze is down, and I guess that's the end of the first game in the series. The Bang Bush not showing any mercy here. Another kill by Nagrom against Hanzo. Absolutely fitting. He's been toying with him throughout the entire game, and there's just no difference here. Maitrai a bit outclassed by Diablo in this game. 14 kills to 9 as the 1-0 lead goes to the blue team. They are taking the advantage in the winner bracket final. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
House of Doom, the second map in the best of 5 series, and well, let's get the show on the road. So we got the 1-0 already for the Bang Bush. They did a great job on the first map, but I gotta say, the Cats, they did a good job initially, honestly, like for most of the game. So there were a few problems. Maitrai maybe playing it a bit too aggressive against Diablo and giving Nagrom too many opportunities to take him down. So that was a bit of a thing. And yeah, a couple of the heroes that they lost and the timing around it was honestly unfortunate, but they also got a couple of kills that were just glorious. I mean, Ultralisk taken down by the Hereth Valkyrie and then immediately being blown up. That was such a clean play to be made that it was pretty sexy. Now we're heading into a very different map with Towers of Doom, but the ban patterns are still holding. The Cats, for example, coming in with Maiev and with Kerrigan, so they're still targeting Ultralisk here. Sergeant Hammer, therefore, is still up and could technically be taken. But very curious to see if the Cats can take a map or two off the Bang Bush right now. I mean, for the blue team, they're coming in as the favorite, obviously. In the first qualifier, they made it into the grand final, but they couldn't take washed up down. Now they're trying again, and so far they've been doing a good job. There's still a few teams, though, that I believe would have a chance to at least threaten them here, especially if you catch them on a bit of an off day. But Henning, he's been playing out of his mind. Honestly, Brightwing, whenever he gets Brightwing, the saves that he sometimes pulls off are just incredible. And the last map wasn't an exception. So they are, of course, hoping for a bit of a speed run here to not drop any maps and still make it great straight into the grand final. Diablo gets taken, and so does Sylvanas. So a couple of the heroes that we saw on the last map for the Bangbush are already taken away from them, which means that, for example, Nagrom will have to adapt a little bit. But it's also, yeah, could we see Sergeant Hammer again? There's of course the chance that you're banning Hammer now on the third ban if you're the Cats. But first, what do we get for the Bangbush? The ban Rhaegar, okay. Captain Rex is somebody that I could again see playing Anduin here, so that's another one. It's one of his go-to heroes. Whereas we have Hoggar, Lucio now also banned. And the moment of truth. Do you ban the Sergeant? Yes or no? Are you happy with Ultralis taking potentially Sergeant Hammer again? I think the last time we saw Medivh played by them. But they're targeting Nagrom. They already took his Diablo away, now they're banning out Muradin. I could totally see, again, a bit of a... Oh, well, there's Leo. Oh, Schallsweffer. The janitor in the house. And... who else are we getting? They're actually hesitating on this quite a bit. Yeah, Stitches. I mean, Stitches is a go-to for Nagrom on this map, and with the Brightwing follow-ups that we've seen in the past, you can do a lot of work there. I'm still a little bit pissed at Nagrom for not taking Gorge the last time that we saw them play out Towers of Doom with this, because they had Medivh and they could still pick Medivh and he didn't go for the kidnap combo. And I don't think that's just disrespecting the audience at that point. If you don't go for the kidnap, if you play Stitches, Medivh, and you don't go for the kidnap combo, then something is seriously, there's some serious disrespect of the audience. Something's seriously wrong there. There's Zeratul, love him for that. Could even see the Epoch Void Prison combo. I don't think so. But as expected, we get Anduin now for Captain Rex, which also means that we have a Light Bomb engage possibly with Zeratul as a combo tool. Now Ultralis, what is he going to do? Is he going to try and go for Medivh again, or are we getting some completely different composition for them? If they go for the Medivh combo once more, then I want to see the Kidnap combo, but he goes for the Hammer for the second time. You don't ban the Hammer against the Germans, they're going to take the Panzer. So, here we are. Towers of Doom, second map. We got the Cats going up against the Bangbush. The latter already in the lead here in this best of 5 series in the winner bracket of the second qualifier for Europe, for the Heroes International. So let's go. Bangbush against the Cats, game number 2, heading again on Brightwing, Skog on Genji, we have Svamgrotta on Leoric, Nagrom is playing Stitches, this time without Medivh, no kidnap combo potential, instead we have Ultralisk again on Sergeant Hammer. Drak here for the red team, playing Diablo, we got Maitri on Sylvanas, Captain Rex on Anduin, Octa on Blaze, and Zeratul, played by Herath. I love that we have a bit more Zeratul. We saw him yesterday for the first time in a long time, played by Tai. And now we have a second appearance of him today with Anduin as a potential light bomb combo. So we could see if they're going for that. I mean, again, there's always the chance that you're going for like some Zeratul Void Prison into Apocalypse, but let's face it, it's not really a very popular composition anymore. It's simply because it's really rough to properly get it done and get good value out of it. It's too easy to be interrupted, and most Zeratul players on the European side are going for Might of the Nerazim and really want to play around mobility and threatening the backline. Now, every now and then in a blue moon, you're gonna get that APOC combo anyways, but I don't think we're gonna see it here. We didn't see it last time. Don't think it's gonna be played here right now. Zeratul survived and Genji goes down. A little bit unfortunate for him, honestly. I feel like he deserved that kill, but no, could not make that last hit happen. Ultralisk still fine down at the bottom of the map as he's playing this out. And in the middle, they're attempting to bully Nagrom. Dracula has been making one play after another for Stitches. All that Stitches wanted was a little bit of playtime, which he's getting. But yeah, need some helping hands also to save Ultralisk here every now and then. So that's one of the things that they could try and pull off. But let's see what they can do with this. And yeah, also Leo. Leo is going to be interesting then later when we have the Buried Alive, because that can shut down Zeratul as well. Until then, they have little outside of Brightwing that can deal with him. So they got to be careful. I mean, Focus Fire obviously always works, so yeah, talking about Focus Fire. The Fruit Fly gets focused and dies quickly. Nicely done. I like that. Very well played. Yeah. Pumpkins on each side. Zeratul at the top, going up against Leo, and so far Leo is holding his own there fairly easily. Level 4 Talons are in, we got the Psionic Strength, and there's the stun. They go for Henning once more. They really, really want to drop him as quickly as they can, and I don't blame them given how much of an impact he has in these team fights. But Sylvanas gets hooked and goes down. Solo kill at the top against Zeratul. Down here, Genji died. It's a slaughter. It's an absolute slaughter. 3 heroes dying, and even trade at the bottom of the map, but the kill of Leoric even more impactful. That shouldn't really happen. Swamgrota getting the solo kill against Zeratul, that's a real problem for the Cats. That means that they are losing out on some experience, and it allows Swamgrota to easily pressure both lanes as he is continuing the rotation between the middle and the top. Nicely done! Yeah, down here they're already sieging up. 3 kills to 2 in favor of the Cats, but still, the triple altar phase is now coming up. And they're still attempting to go for Ultralisk, but this is not going to happen all that easily. So Brightwing... Oh, they're going to get this one without a fight. Nice! That means they have likely 2 of the altars already safe. I don't think they can get all 3. I mean, both teams are from Europe, so without an NA team, that's highly unlikely. But they're trying. They're trying, guys. 40-0 incoming? Nah. No. We're not in Miami yet. We're not in Miami yet. But they're getting all 3 altars at the beginning of the game. So they're off to a good start. The Cats have to be a bit careful here. Not even taking that top altar, that's a bit of an issue. They're down to 28 points, and I am intrigued. Let me see what's gonna happen there. So, for the time being at least, we have the level 7 Talons available. There's still a bit of a poke happening in the middle. Genji gets attacked, but is safe. Henning was already on his way for a big heal and came into play. Same time, bot lane, Ultralisk playing it safe, playing it slow. Still, of course, with level 7 available right now in the Hover Siege mode. Pumpkins are up on the map again, but still, 40-28. Yeah, you want to be careful here. So here's the stun. They're trying to make another play for the red team and attempting to get a kill and invade the camp. If they can get both, that would of course be the dream. So far, it's not really the case. Zeratul still active here in the middle. And while all this happens, they've given up on the idea of stealing the camp away from the opponent's team, but they're still looking to maybe catch somebody. Yeah, like Edwin, for example. Polymorph, the immediate attack. Captain Rex is low, has to move back here. Ultralisk gets attacked and flipped around. He didn't care though. Just goes on the attack again. And they have to fall back once more. So it is a bit of a dicey situation for the Cats now. We have a single altar appearing on the map as a tiny lead in experience for the Bangbush, which could maybe even result in an early level 10 for them. But the attack is still ongoing down here at the bottom of the map. It's a 4 versus 4 right now. Genji zipped in. They dish out some damage against Mitra in particular. But the goal is, of course, to zone them away from the altar, get a kill, and then lock the next 4 shots in. And they are half a level ahead right now. Thankfully for them, Leo is doing a great job just locking all of the XP in here. And if they can get the early level 10, then they will add another altar. Nearly another kill. Sylvanas already low. They're really going deep on this one. Drag here is about to fall. Looks for the stun though. Finds it. Still alive somehow. And he finally falls. And that should be another altar for the Bangbush. I mean, guys, the 40-0 is still a possibility here. Henning gets it. So now the Core is gonna go down to 24 points. 3 kills to 3. And they're starting to snowball the bot lane a bit. Still the most important lane on Towers of Doom because of all of the pumpkin camps that are traveling through it. And also the position of some of the altars, which is very difficult to reach if you have lost bot lane control. As expected, Might of the Narazim. We get Lightning Breath, and we also have the Light Bomb. So the combo with Zeratul and Anduin is still available to them. Talking about Zeratul, he's already getting attacked here, but still has the mobility to easily move out of this. But I'm getting a little bit worried here for the cats. They gotta be careful. You don't want to go full NA on this one. At least lock one of the altars in. Now, the next one is the important one. The next altar phase is really where we're gonna see what's gonna happen, I suppose. Because you have a double altar spawning on the map, and this is a traditional trade between both teams. If the Bangbush is able to get both of the altars on the next objective phase, then the cats are in for a rough ride. You don't want to be mean too hard. So I assume that they're really going to try to at least get that one. They're holding on an experience. They're going for an aggressive play here, though. Already the barbecue, that's not enough damage. Maitri is down. Nice BFG. Zeratul goes in the back, takes Brightwing down. Big kill for them here. Pudric Bal used Zeratul with a double kill. Low, and Skog tries to get the hit in against him, and Zeratul is alive. What? Zeratul alive, everybody else low, especially Skog in a bit of trouble. And they're trying to both hearth back. This is the chance for the cats to get some altars here. And they are moving straight in for the top lane now. But that was a pretty sweet move by them. So now they're getting a bit of momentum as well. And they're preventing the 40-0. Good for them. That's the most important altar that they're going to get this game. 4 shots fired, 36 points to 20. And, well, Zeratul surviving that last fight was, by the way, a bit nuts. First getting the double kill and then even make it out of the fight, so good on him. So once more, we have level 13 talents coming in, which makes Stitches so much more dangerous because of the range increase on the hook. Especially Anduin doesn't like that at all. Yeah, we get the Unyielding Despair over here against Diablo. And they are pushing the bot lane again in the hopes of doing some damage to the bell tower. 13 on both sides now with the Remorseless and also the Bending Strikes in 2 missing as Leoric rotated in and tried to make a play. Yep, unfortunate. And here's Hirath again, looking for that backline, looking for a few kills here. Jumping in quickly, nice stun. And down here at the bottom, Dibbles and Stitches also still locked into a little fight here. As we have at least Leoric taken down, so Leo is dropped. At the bottom of the map, they're still all fine. Drakia was trying to engage again. Zeratul also getting attacked after even being hooked. 6 kills to 4. And it's a little bit reminiscent of what we saw in the first game. Initially a kill advantage for the cats. It's the late game where the Bangbush really was shining and able to turn this around. Nagrom nearly dead here, but they get the kill on Sylvanas. Maitri is not having the best day, I gotta say. Now Genji at least gets taken down too. Good job by Zeratul. So Hirath is really popping off. He did a great job with Cassia in the last game. And right now he's doing well with Zeratul as well. But Sylvanas is struggling a bit. 3 deaths on her out of the 5 that the team suffered. So this is a bit problematic given that on the last map with Hanzo he's also had some problems. Good hook against Anduin. That's another kill, I like it. Double altar on the map, and they are trying to get both of them. Leo also moving in. Svamgrota trying to make a play, and with Drakia now in trouble. A good entomb, yep, blocking the way exactly as intended. And now they can go for the drain. Drakia aiming for an interrupt again. But he's completely lost. He's just trying to buy some time. Might even survive if he plays it out like this. The rest of the team is also safeguarding the altar in the middle. But Ultralisk is low, stunned, and dead. Diablo is dead too, but so is a Brightwing. And they're still not completely out of this, so the fight continues. It's actually wild. Kills all over the place. Level 16 is nearly available, but look at Blaze. He's not making it. Maitri makes it out this time, but yeah. It is a wild situation that's unfolding here. So yeah, they went for Ultralisk first, and Sergeant Hammer taken down. That definitely made things a little bit easier for them. Brightwing falling, of course, too. And Brightwing is back in another 9 seconds, but it might just be enough time for Captain Rex and Hera to get the channel in the middle. Zeratul, yeah, interrupted, and Anduin gets the channel. Gets the channel in time, Light Bomb engage, and goodbye, Genji. Wasn't protected and dies. And still that battle at the bottom of the map with a big hook from Stitches. Nice. Big hook here. Level 16 talents are already available for the Cats. They have a bit of an advantage. And they're starting to close this gap on core points. There's a lead for the blue team that still persists, but for how much longer? That's the question. 28 to 20. And there's more and more momentum that gets built up by the Cats. They're doing very well. Then again, with level 16 talents, we not only get Pulverize, we now also have the Crushing Hope, and we have the Giant Killer. So there will be a lot more pressure specifically against Dracula and Diablo. So he needs to be very careful with this. But Zeratul, of course, doing tons and tons of damage throughout this game so far, and really, really threatening the damage dealers on the side of the Bang Bush. And they are making the play for the Bell Tower now. Again, Putrid Bile being used, BFG, Light Bomb, pretty much useless at this point. Nice! Anduin pulling Diablo out, they're turning it on Swamp Grotta, and he survives. Henning with the big moves again to keep his teammates in play, able to make sure that the Leoric doesn't fall. They're trying to turn it on Blaze, and he nearly gets roasted, but is still able to make it out. But the hook against Anduin seals the deal for the support player on the side of the Cats, and now, of course, they're in deep shit. They lose Zeratul. They are running as fast as they can, employing the French defense here, but it seems to be pretty hopeless. Likely the Bell Tower will be taken by the Bang Bush. Sergeant Hammer already on it. 10 kills to 10. And the Bang Bush about to turn the game again. And what makes this so dangerous is that the altars have just been announced and they should have a lead once they spawn. And with 5 Bell Towers to 3, they could drop them into the single digits now. So already taking position here around them. Zeratul and Anduin are not back yet. This is bad news. Really, really bad news. Dracula already attempting to get a bit close. Sylvanas is at the top right to channel one of the altars. So here we are. They're trying to go for Drac here. Diablo, and he's down. Genji dropping him. 3 shots to 5 already fired. And it will be 10 to 25 points on the core between the two teams here. Is the play right here. We already got the move towards maybe even the boss. They could either go for boss or they could just go for another camp here. We're going to see the pumpkins taken. And then they can focus onto the bot lane. First of all, protect the bell tower. And second of all, escort the pumpkins in. Yeah. They're trying that as is already. Okay, so multiple hooks against Anduin. Definitely putting Captain Rex on notice. Blaze is in the mid lane. Nagrom! Not this time. Misses the hook this time, but they're getting the pumpkins through. And of course, Ultralisk is also making it very difficult for the Cats to get close enough to deal with all of this. Diablo, yeah, they need to be careful about him. But that's about it. So here come the pumpkins. Pumpkins on the way. Light Bomb being used. They're moving back in for it. And the kill on Leoric. Nagrom makes it out for a moment, but he's still not out of the woods yet, and he falls eventually. So does Zeratul, though. And they're still going on with that fight. Henning about to fall. Brightwing down. They want to reclaim that bell tower. And it's a quad kill for the red team. The Cats, look at that. Haven't given up on the game yet. I honestly thought that they were done. But they show their claws. Make it back into the game. It's a single altar that they only get rewarded with, on the other hand. So that's a bit of a meme. Maybe they can go for the boss or at least the bell tower conversion, but they got the level 20 talent, so that's at least something. With Sylvanas, they can go down to the bot lane now and drop this one. Shouldn't really be an issue, and she's already on her way. 60,000 damage for Sylvanas, but take a look at Sergeant Hammer. 94,000 damage for Ultralisk. Crazy shit. Against Dracula, of course, easy, but still, that is a bit nasty. So just in time before the pumpkins make their approach, they get the bell tower. Maybe a few shots fired through that. 5 already fired thanks to the altar, but it's still 20 to 10 points. They got the level 20 talent, trying to make a play for Svamgrota, who they can't kill. But now they also got the Shadow Strike, they got the Sensor, and they are apparently making the move for the boss. So they give up the bottom altar, and they fire away. You gotta go for the boss for multiple reasons right now. I mean, first of all, you're gonna try to take those extra 4 hit points off the opponent's core, but also you want to remove it as a tactical option from the blue team. So they take the boss, 16 points to 10. It's getting very close here in the second game of this best of 5. And level 20 is in. And Leo hasn't made a choice yet. So he could go full NA here and go for the Burning Despair and attempt to add even more damage to Diablo at the front, or make the plays with the Buried Alive, which is a lot more popular in Europe. But again, both options available to him. Nagrom in trouble, Buried Alive, there it is. BFG already used, everybody a bit low, but so far the red team has still done a decent job, and Anduin ruins the play of Leoric once again. Does it once more, the double pull. Anduin, this guy is so good at pulling out, it's crazy. So at this point, Bangbush is they are just having no chances of getting a kill as long as Anduin has still one charge on his trade. So yeah, 12 kills to 14, double altar is popping up, light bomb engage, and Nagrom is down. Nagrom down, Mitra is low too though. Blaze is already dead, they're trying to get another kill, and Svamgrota falls. Zeratul, Genji, both of them looking for kills. Oh, it's a 4 versus 5, but everybody is so low here. Especially when we're talking about the red team. Henning is moving down to the bottom of the map in an attempt to get the first altar channeled, and nobody is even trying to interrupt him at this point in time. So that's another 4 shots fired and drops the red team down into the single digits. And here in the middle, another altar being attacked. Oh, they need this one. They need to interrupt this one quickly. Bit of damage is already in. Leo will be back soon. Blaze, we have to wait for him a bit longer. As again, Anduin with a pull. They're trying to go for... Oh, the Genji kill, and they get it. Nice. And Leo is back. Leo's back. Yeah, but also silenced and couldn't go for the quick entomb, or that could have been even a kill or a double kill. But they get the hits fired. There's the hook. Diablo moving out. The core down to 2 points now. 2 points to 16, and it's looking more and more impossible for the Cats to claim victory here. Damage output 136,000 for Sergeant Hammer. It's honestly getting a little bit ridiculous. Ultralis just weaving in these auto attacks like a boss. High skilled right clicks non-stop by him. Positioning makes it really difficult for the Cats to properly engage this. Now they're stealing away the camp. With the Genji still dead, the blue team is playing this a bit more carefully, and so they should. Genji in particular has been a high priority target for the Cats throughout the entire game, and he has died 6 times in total. So the altar gets taken. Problem is that for the Bangbush it doesn't really matter too much. There's a double altar coming up next, one on the top left and one on the top right, and all that the blue team needs is 1. All they need is 1. Not more than that. So for now we got... camp after camp taken. It's a big lead, honestly. It's a very, very big lead for the Bangbush, and extremely tricky now. If you can, of course, get a bit more pumpkin control, then you can also threaten to end the game by escorting a few of them into the death zone. But just one of the altars at the top is going to do enough for you, and they've already been announced. It's half a minute, and the Cats, they have to take position. What they want to do is get a kill now. Get a kill right now, and that would allow you to make your play. Use the numbers advantage. And get both of the altars, which is what they have to pull off here. Now, I like that they also got this. That's 3 shots that are pretty much guaranteed against the Bangbush, but again, it only helps you if you're winning the top left altar. And that will be the most difficult thing for them. So the hooks are already coming. They're zoning more and more, creating space with Sergeant Hammer, as you can see here. Octa is dead. Perfect timing from Brightwing. Diablo trying to get a kill, and it's not happening. Fantastic performance here. Another great hook. The channel is ongoing, and this is a game, everybody. Nicely done. The shots are fired. Beautiful play. The kills coming in against Blaze, Sylvanas, and Diablo, and that is all she wrote. A 2-0 lead for the Bangbush. Battlefield of Eternity, third map in the series. First match point for the Bangbush as well. So, yeah, I got a bit close there towards the end on map number 2, but again, it's the Bangbush in the late game that just has the better plays. Nice polymorph timing also from Brightwing. I mean, every single time coming in, and especially in the last battle against Blaze, for example, to shut him down before he could use the bunker and save himself and maybe the team. So nicely done. Very clean and crisp plays from the Bangbush as we're now heading into this third map of the winner bracket final. Now, the loser is obviously dropping into the losers bracket, as already explained before. Once that we're reaching the top 4, there is a losers bracket, and that means that the Cats have another chance to make it to the grand final, always assuming that they're not pulling off a reverse sweep. But again, it's possible. We've had quite a few tournaments this year with incredible reverse sweeps, so can they gain that momentum? We'll find out. They're already changing their ban pattern a little bit. The entire time they were targeting Ultralisk by banning Maiev and banning Karrigan, and they are not going to do it this time. Question, of course, still... Well, they're still getting rid of Maiev. Next question is also, are they going to get rid of Sergeant Hammer? Because they haven't done it on the first 2 maps, and both times Ultralisk went for the Sergeant. And I think on the last map, what did he end up with? 150,000 damage or so? So, yeah, pretty big, actually. Lucio gets banned again. And here's the first pick moment for Battlefield. I haven't seen Battlefield a lot yesterday. And we get Liming? Okay. Liming is actually not getting played as much lately here in Battlefield as we are used to. Obviously, she's great in these Immortal fights because you have pretty much a standoff where she can just YOLO out one combo after another, and that always has an impact, either against the opponent's team or against the Immortal, depending on how they position. There is still Hanzo to consider. Could now easily be picked by the Cats. Those are usually your go-to picks for the map. And we go for Genji. Look at that. I mean, that is an Anduin ban and a half. Right now, first of all, you know Captain Rex loves to play Anduin, and he's good at it. Then you see Genji. They obviously are trying for a light bomb combo. So that would be the obvious ban. If they go for something else, would be interesting to see what they prioritize. But it is pretty clear that if they don't shut it down, that Anduin will be taken, and we're going to see that light bomb combo engage. So here we are. And Malfurion and a Muradin. Okay. Malfurion is in the house. A little green geezer over here. Okay. Yeah, Sergeant Hammer, no Sergeant Hammer. Gotta make a choice, boys. At this point, what are they afraid of the most? Ultralisk, he can play Liming, but he can also swap it over. And they get rid of Cassia, alright. That's also an interesting one. I mean, they have already done a great job trying to ban out a few heroes and suggest what they are going to pick next. But yes, this is of course more or less a forced ban on Anduin, simply because, yeah, it's again Genji Light Bomb engage against Liming. You don't want to have that against Malfurion either. So that's already off the table. With that, I'm still very curious to see what Hireth, for example, is going to play. Ah, well, we get Sylvanas again. And we get Urel. Every time I see Diablo and Urel being picked together, it reminds me of the good old days of HGC when we had this insane triple that was played in Europe and was, I think, undefeated for 15 games in a row or something like that. Whenever a team was able to lock in Diablo, Urel, and Deckard Cain back in the days, it was just unbeatable. Absolutely unbeatable. It was crazy how well those worked together. A lot of patches ago, obviously, but still. So we have the final 2 picks. And it is Imperius and Tracer. Okay, it's Tracer time. Together with Malfurion, makes a whole lot of sense. Brightwing comes in quickly, so that means they have at least a few tools that they can use against her. But a lot of stuns already, a lot of lockdown potential for the Bang Bush. We haven't seen Hanzo picked, neither picked nor banned, so not really the big focus on the Immortal that you would normally expect, but more so a bit of a teamfight focused battle between the two teams here. Battlefield of Eternity, map number 3, the first match point for the Bang Bush. Let's go. The Bang Bush with a 2-0 lead. It is match point number 1 in this best of 5 here at the winner's bracket of the second qualifier for the Heroes International for Europe. We have Henning on Malfurion, Ultralisk on Li Ming, Nagrom on Muradin, Skok on Tracer, and Swamgrotta is playing Imperius. On the right side of the map, the Cats with Drakia on Diablo, Maitri and Sylvanas, Captain Rex on Brightwing. We got the Octa on Urel, and Hirath is playing Genji. So, off we go. Which team is going to be successful here? Will the comeback start on Battlefield of Eternity? Or are they going to get a 3-0 victory and move on to the grand final? Talking about the blue team, of course. We have Sylvanas together with Malfurion. And Malfurion again, he's kind of interesting lately. But let's see what they can do down here. So yeah, no Arrow play Vala, no Jimmy, which we don't see a lot on this map anyways anymore. Ooh, Nagrom! Yeah, they're snacking him up pretty quickly. Well done, quick kill against Muradin. And that is first blood in the game. Yeah, the Cats in the early stages, they have done pretty well on all of those maps, but it's really the mid and late game where they are starting to struggle a bit. And where the Bang Bush is just doing so much better. Now obviously there is a third seed for Europe that will be determined too. There's a last chance qualifier. And if the Cats are not able to qualify through the second one, then they would be one of the candidates to get through there. But nah, time will tell. For now we got a 3-2 split between the two teams on the lanes. Tracer is starting to rotate back down to the bottom of the map, and we already have Genji mirroring that rotation. The camps are up, which means that both teams are now going to slowly start to see if they can maybe get a quick hit there. Hirath protected. And Tracer is already on the move. Tracer Malfurion was always a nice combo because they can go for the overheal and allow her to go a bit deeper on the opponent's team. Try to get some backline shots in. But they want this one. And look at the minimap. Urel is rotating slowly down there. So they're turning this to a 5 versus 4, which obviously also comes at the cost of the top lane being very much abandoned for a bit. Urel has to move back towards the top, and we already have Swamgrotta trying to push the minion wave out slightly. So here we are. First blood has been taken early, but the camp is about to be cleared by the Bang Bush. With Genji moving towards the top, the red team is at least attempting to get the top side camp. Muradin is still positioning himself between the lanes, hoping for somebody else to rotate over. It hasn't really happened right now. The magic spit for Brightwing, and we get the pulse generator. Thunderburn, which obviously means that healing static is the talent that we're likely going to get on level 13 instead of the Bronzebeard Rage. If you're going for the big clap here, then that's how you're trying to go for the sustain. We're talking about Imperius. He went into the Burn the Impure, into the Battle Hunger. And he's still holding on to the top lane. Camps are now getting taken too. First objectives popping up. And interestingly enough, the Cats are not even going for the camp. That's kind of wild. I mean, they might be trying to get it during the halftime show, but that is definitely a bit unusual. So no camp for them, and hello? Genji got locked down hard. Damn. That was a very, very quick kill against him. Draco is also finding himself in some trouble, but they're trying to turn him Malfurion. And Sylvanas, she nearly got it, but the problem is she fell. Malfurion is still alive, so it's 2 kills for the Bang Bush and an easy shot at the Immortal, whereas the Cats are not having a lot going for them right now. They have to deal with the bot lane pressure with the Shaman camp. And yeah, they can't really do anything about Ultralisk attacking the Immortal consistently here. And the attack is once again popping off as Captain Rex is getting attacked. So off we go. They're attempting to turn it and put pressure Tracer, but it's not really happening for them. So there we are. Yeah, top side also starting to drop low a little bit. And at the bottom of the map they're still trying to make a play. But it is the blue team that wins the halftime show. Now the Shaman Camp is still active, and Brightwing is going to deal with it, but it also means he's going to be a bit late to the party here. Both are just going for a race, and with the head start that the Bangbush has, they are likely going to get the first Immortal. There's no Hanzo that can simply use his level 4 to burn this one down quickly. There's no Vala that can eat it up with an arrow build. So yes, the blue team, they get the first Immortal, and they have the early level 7 talent. It's not going to be able to be used with the talent advantage because, well, the Cats are just now also picking up the next talent for the game. But it's still a bit of a nuisance at the top lane. Yep. Calamity is in. Means that Li Ming is so much more dangerous at this point already. And Genji is of course attempting to draw the fire here. I don't really think they can get too much pressure done on the fort. They might be able to get some damage in, maybe drop it down to half. Depends a bit on how aggressive they can play around this. Nagrom, on the other hand, is a bit in trouble. Brightwing able to help Urel at the bot lane with a kill against Imperia, so that's nice for the Cats. They're able to take a bit more bot lane control. Up at the top, half of the HP on the fort are done. And Skog is now rotating in just in time to get the XP. This is honestly one of the things that really pisses me still off with Blizzard and the stupid changes that they made after HGC. These damn inexperienced globes make it just so much easier for teams to have sloppy rotations. And yeah, it's a little bit annoying. Not saying that Bangbush just made a sloppy rotation, but if you think about it, if you're taking the kill against Imperius at the bot lane, in the days of old, that meant that you got a bit of a lead in XP because you denied it to the opponent. Right now, that's not nearly the case anymore as much as it was before, because those experience globes are still sitting tight, and it allows for a very slow rotation of the top lane heroes to the bot lane to pick those up. Really not a big fan. I really think that there were other compromises that could be gone for that would have allowed people to take a lead, because if you work for that solo lane kill, you should be rewarded for it too. But yeah, either way, that's the situation that we're dealing with right now. But it's honestly one of the reasons that I'm pretty happy that Blizzard is not going to go for too many big changes in the game anymore, because they screwed things up so massively for a long time now that it's kind of nice to know that they don't have the chance to do that anymore. Nice lockdown against Diablo, the Stormbolt into the root, and then plenty of damage. Obviously you have Imperius, who also can contribute with additional stuns on it. 3 kills to 3. And the blue team still doing a lot of damage on that fort, but they're not able to take it down completely. Level 10 has also kicked in a couple of seconds sooner for the Cats, so they couldn't dive in too deep on this one without risking being heavily punished here. So now we got the Wailing Arrow, we got the X-Strike. No big surprises just yet. Apocalypse for Dracula over the Lightning Breath. And we get the Tranquility. Mirrodin still won the Avatar here. I know that... Ooh, they're trying to go for the engage at the bottom of the map with the Apocalypse. Swamgrotta is fine. Oh, the Wailing Arrow kill against Tracer. But Dracula gets murdered too. So it's a kill for a kill between the two teams as Malfurion uses his ult. Nagrom low, and they drop Mirrodin. He went Haymaker, no Avatar, and a kill against Imperius makes it a triple. There's the quad kill. It's a 5-man team wipe. Nicely done. All the heroes gone, and a big victory for the Cats in the last fight. Yeah, we're gonna take another look at that beauty. So they took a lot of heroes out initially there, but it was Swamgrotta that died towards the end with Malfurion getting caught with his pants down too. And then they went for Ultralisk and got another drop. 8 kills in total against 4. Big play by the Cats, and this of course helps them to a halftime show lead. And a pretty significant one at that. Not a single damage point dished out by the Bangbush against the Immortal. So if they really want to make a play there, then they have to come in swinging now. Camps are taken on both sides. But with Playmaker being used as a level 10 ability on Mirrodin, he has to be so much more careful now how he approaches these team fights. He can isolate targets, that's definitely true, but at the same time he's also so much more vulnerable. Talking about being vulnerable, they're trying to go for my try, but Brightwing to the rescue. Once again, or not. Oh, nice! Again the save by Brightwing. Look at that. Shitwing being useful here. There's the APOC. And immediately the Tranquility again. Nagrom hopping out. Oh, Urel. And she is still alive. Damn, son. No resets for Li Ming. Ultralisk is trying the entire time. But yeah, this is just getting crazy. This is looking fantastic for the Bangbush in this fight, and this is just all coming after we saw them getting fully wiped by the Cats. Blow for blow between the two teams here. Everybody just fighting for a good angle, but we still don't have any Immortal damage done by the Bangbush. And the fight just continues. Rel tries to jump in, gets immediately attacked. No root follow-up this time, still on cooldown. The camp at the bottom of the map is starting to do a little bit more work. 2 forts have already been destroyed on the red team side, and they are struggling here. And Sylvanas is dead. Sylvanas down as Muradin gets the kill. They're moving in for Drag here, trying to kill Diablo again, and they're fully surrounding him. No chance. This time he's down for the entire duration, already lost his souls. It's a 5 versus 3 on the map, and that opens the Immortal up completely. Here's the opportunity to get ahead. Leading experience still for the red team, at least for a couple more seconds, and that allows them to get the additional talent. Urel, yeah, she's dead too. There's the kill. Down at the bottom, we at least had Genji trying to take the Immortal down, but of course he won't be able to do that solo. Muradin at least has the healing static, so the synergy with a double clap on level 4 is now finally in play, which means that he has a bit more survivability. They're trying to win the Immortal, and they could still be doing that, but they're losing too many heroes in order to make that happen. Sylvanas dies again. Genji is also on the run. He's super low. Now the Immortal only has another 700 hit points left, which means that the red team is maybe even able to grab it. But they're losing way too many heroes to make this work. So Genji dies again, down here at the bottom of the map. They're now trying to make a play for Brightwing, and they're likely gonna get another one. The Immortal is claimed, but at what cost? 9 kills to 8. Diablo is about to fall on the right. They should be able to get the kill here with Tracer, and there it is. And Brightwing has fallen on the left side. 11 kills to 8. An absolute bloodbath. And yes, you got the Immortal. Congratulations, but that is a joke of a shield that the Bangbush is not going to have any problems dealing with. So this is rough. They're nearly a level behind right now. And they sacrificed too much. They sacrificed way too much. They wanted to make sure that they're not losing a key, but the Immortal doesn't stand a chance. It drops the fort down to 50% HP, but that's all that it managed to do. And up at the top, camp is not going to be taken by them. Here's Nagrom, here's Svamgrota, and that is the end of Sylvanas. Sylvanas killed again. That's her 4th death. 38,000 damage by her. 46k by Liming, who in the last battle, of course, got so many more resets. And they're also shortly coming up on level 16, which is going to help them. Camp is getting taken away too. The Cats are starting to lose control. They had a great mid-game, honestly. So many great fights. The 5-man team wipe, of course, the biggest one. But currently, the Bangbush is again building up that momentum that we already saw them grab in game number 1 and game number 2. And I don't think they are going to let it go that easily. Muradin, 3 kills against him. We got him on level 16 now also with the Dwarf launch. Got the Mirror Ball in play. They're just moving across the map, taking one camp after another, painting the entire map blue right now. And it's such a big leading experience. They can siege up at the bot lane. They don't even have to go for the key, but as long as they open the wall up, they will prepare for their Shaman camp to do some damage later on. Maybe even an Immortal if they get it en route. The next one is already spawning in 20 seconds. Just enough time for the Cats to get a bit closer to the next talent. But this is definitely a tall order for the red team. They are still without a single map win in this series. And match point number 1 is not looking too good right now. They got 8 kills, but sacrificing... I mean, how many heroes died in the attempt to get the Immortal after all? It was like 5 additional ones that they sacrificed in order to make it happen. So yeah, that contributed pretty bigly to them getting the... getting this big leading experience that they're rocking right now. Diablo! No! The root! Oh, such a big lockdown. Brightwing to save the day for a moment, but then another Stormbolt hits home, and there's the Playmaker. Even the APOC is not going to save him. Diablo is down. Didn't have enough souls. Sylvanas is also dead, and they are just murdering them where they stand. Yeah, the Immortal is definitely going to end up in the hands of the Bangbush, and this is a big one. This is really a huge shield on the Immortal. and that will likely seal the fate of the first keep in this game. Should travel towards the top if I'm not mistaken. Yep, it does. At the bottom of the map, we have Muradin trying to protect the Shaman camp a bit longer so that they can also do some structural damage here. They could go for the... Oh no! They could go for the two-pronged attack. And with the Playmaker, they're making another move for Urel. And she is dead. A bit of a combo play by Tracer and Li Ming. A nice kill. And yes, they will take everything. The top keep, the bottom keep. They're gonna take their lunch money. They're gonna steal their girlfriend. They're leaving them with nothing. The cats are about to be stuffed in a locker. 15 kills to 8. Muradin jumping out. 4 heroes trying to defend here. The bottom keep already low and likely to fall, and up at the top a similar picture is unfolding. It's not looking good for the cats. The Bang Bush just a bit too strong right now. Top wall has been opened up. The keep is losing hit points. The bottom one has already been taken down. And they're not rotating straight up to the middle, but they're still trying to make a play of this for this, of course. But at least the top keep is still being saved for a little bit longer. Once that level 20 is available, though, I think this is going to change quickly. So 15 kills to 8. 2-level advantage for the Bang Bush. And they are on their way to the Storm Talons with the cats doing the only thing they can do. Move into the middle, look for a fight, be aggressive, but they somehow didn't see this one coming. And now the keep is gone. Now they're going to be forced into a fight, but this is the last and only chance of the cats to have, just start a comeback. And, well, there's Diablo trying to make his APOC play. They're going for Malfurion. That didn't happen. There's the stuns. There's the kill. Diablo down. Brightwing is dead. They're all gonna get murdered and crushed here. 3 down, 4 down. Urel is dead as well. And we are about to look at another 5-man team wipe, which they pretty much already got. Dibbles is dead too, and boys, not sure what to say, but this is a very clean victory for the Bang Bush. They move on to the grand final with a 3-0 win over the Cats. Nicely done, 21 kills to 8, and such a clean performance here by the blue team as they move on to the grand final of the second qualifier, the second European qualifier for the Heroes International. GG. Well played, and congratulations to the Bang Bush. We're going to see them again in the grand final.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.